Tonight, on Closer Look, from banana peels to bulk shopping, a Guelph woman is on a journey to zero waste by saving money, living more sustainably, and encouraging others to do the same along the way. GuelphToday reporter Taylor Pace covered this story and joins us tonight from Guelph with more details. Taylor, let's start with the obvious. Why has Anna Schwanke adopted this way of living?
So Anna's always been kind of environmentally conscious, but she was doing a co-op a few years ago during her undergrad, and her boss pointed out that people are always so concerned about the impacts of ingredients and products, but they're not so concerned about the packaging itself. And after that, she just kind of started to look at her own life with that in mind and made a bunch of changes.
Taylor, how has Anna's approach to living a zero-waste lifestyle evolved over the years, and what are some of the biggest challenges she's faced along the way?
So after that moment with her boss, she started looking at packaging first. So she started shopping at places like Bulk Barn, where you can take your own containers in and get refills. And then it just sort of grew from there. She started making food from scratch, like yogurt, started learning skills like canning and mending her clothes. Challenge-wise, I think the biggest thing is that it can be overwhelming. That's why she really encourages people to take it slow, because trying to change your whole life like that it's a lot to do in one fell swoop. Other than that, I think it can be frustrating at times because there's a lot of trial and error, like learning any new skill. So it just requires a bit of patience along the way.
Now, Anna emphasizes that sustainable living should be tailored to individual lifestyles. Did she share any examples of how people with limited time or resources can start making changes for themselves?
For sure. I think small swaps are probably the biggest thing. So you don't necessarily have to start making your own yogurt and mending your clothes, but you can use up all of the food in your fridge to reduce your overall waste. You can buy secondhand items or borrow items from a local tool library rather than buying them. Avoiding impulse buys is another big thing. And then if you want to make those bigger changes slowly, you can.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about that. Her tips often involve unconventional uses of food scraps and household items. Can you share some of those with us?
So Anna will save vegetable scraps to make stock. She'll save onion skins and the onion ends to make onion powder. She might save fruit scraps to make jelly or fruit leather. But she also likes to experiment. So she's made banana peel stir fry. And another kind of crazy one is carbonated water. So you get the discarded strawberry tops and sugar. And that ends up turning into carbonated water that sort of tastes like strawberries. And you end up, using up the waste, but also saving a bit of money.
Now, fast fashion and packaging waste seems to be recurring themes in her journey, and you alluded to it earlier. Has Anna talked about what she sees as the most pressing environmental issue individuals should prioritize addressing?
I think just overconsumption and quick gratification in general. An easy way to reduce waste on that front is, like I mentioned before, buying secondhand or borrowing items and avoiding those impulse buys. But another aspect of it is the convenience as well. So, Amazon purchases are so easy these days. It might seem really inconvenient to not, overconsume, not buy those things really quickly, really easily. But going this slow route and avoiding that altogether, just it helps quite a bit. And, mend your clothes, for example, instead of buying a new sweater off Amazon.
Finally, Taylor, has Anna indicated what kind of financial impact this change has had on her life?
Yeah, there have been huge cost savings for sure. I think one of the things she does is use this Flash Food app where you can get bulk food that's going bad. You get it for discounted price. So she will buy in bulk and just make sure to freeze or preserve whatever it is so it gets all used up. So she ends up saving a lot of money on groceries. She ends up reducing her waste. And then it's the same thing for household products or clothing, because she will mend them or borrow them rather than buying them. So there've definitely been huge savings.
All right. Well, if you're looking for dinner ideas tonight, banana peel stir fry. There's GuelphToday reporter Taylor Pace. That's all for a closer look on this Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow night with another episode at 7 o'clock. For all of us at Village Media, thanks for watching.